Yay, and I'm live. Hello, creative Tartanites. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to waffle just for a couple of seconds. I'm giving you prior warning just to allow people to recognize that I have actually gone live, and hopefully, fingers crossed, will come into this stream. Now, I'm excited because I have a package. Yay! Now, if you can, let me know in the comments that you can hear me okay. I have my mic next to me, and I just like to know that everything's working okay and I'm not talking and it's silent. So I received a message from Deliberately Creative to say, fantastic, Mona's telling me that I can be heard. I received a message from Deliberately Creative to let me know, hello Laura, that I had a package en route, and so this is it. I think I know what it is, but obviously I don't want to make assumptions. And I just thought, it would be good to come on live, open the package. Oh, hello, Madonna. Hello, how are you? And just have some fun hanging out with the creative Tartanites. How are you all today? Now, what I'm going to do is maybe bring this down just a little bit. There we go. There we go. That makes it a little bit easier for me. That way I don't have to change the camera just yet. Let's see what's inside this and we'll take it from there. Hi, Gail. Hello. How are you today? You all right? So you must remember to open it up here so that you guys can see. As I said, package. In fact, I know what we could do. How about having a little bit of fun? Why don't you guys guess what's in here? Let's check the comments. Let's see, because we've got Mona, we've got Madonna, we've got Laura, and we have got Gail. So Gail's guessing a painting. Any other guesses? And Mona says, I think it's Stephanie's new mandala colouring book. So who thinks Gail's right? Who thinks Mona's right? It's a thin package. It's come from Amazon. And Gail's now decided that Mona's probably right. I suspect she's probably right, yeah, because I know that she's been working on a colouring book. So, but I didn't want to make assumptions. But truth be told, I have some colouring pencils next to me in case that is what it is. And we'll be able to do some colouring in together. So, are you ready? Has anybody got a drum roll? Yeah. Oh, hello, Cassandra. Hi there. Welcome. Welcome to our merry band. And yes, it is. Oh my goodness. Look, that is the back of it. And there we go. Wow, this is like really, this is serious stuff. The circle of the mandala represents the universe around us all. These natural rings of flowers and leaves urge you to take a deep breath and let go of stress of your body. Sorry, stress of your day. Take out your coloured pencils, choose a designed colour and release your stresses. Relax, unwind and release your creativity. Take care of yourself so that you can take care of those around you. Be well, Stephanie. This is pretty awesome. This is pretty awesome. So I don't think Stephanie's going to be watching this live stream because my understanding is that she's away for a camping weekend. I hope she has an absolute fabulous weekend. But if you're watching on the replay, Stephanie, thank you so very much. I'm so excited to try this out and have a look through. So there's the first page. Let's see. Oh, excellent. Oh, Rosie's my favourites. I like Rosie's. Definitely some really nice. Okay. Some really nice stuff in here. This is awesome. Right. So for anybody who's watching who doesn't know who Deliberately Creative is, Stephanie is an artist and a YouTuber. She has a pretty cool channel, and in the comments in the live chat, my moderator has put a link to her channel. So if you don't know who she is, please go and check her out. She is pretty awesome. And I think that you will enjoy her channel. You will see lots of different styles of videos, from how to draw to pouring videos. So yeah, fabulous. Just reading the comments now. So Madonna's already bought one. So I don't need to persuade you to buy one. So if anybody is looking for a colouring book, I really enjoy supporting local artists or friends who are artists as well. And it's not favoritism from a friend point of view, but it's favoritism from a supporting the little guy's point of view. Stephanie works so hard. She does a number of hours on her YouTube channel. She's always hustling, and she's gone to a lot of trouble to make these designs and go through the process of actually getting it printed. I mean, this is a proper book. This is actually, it's a decent cover. It's not, it doesn't feel particularly rotten paper. And I'm actually going to start, I'm going to do some different mediums on this paper, just to give you guys a good review of the paper as well, because obviously the paper is just as important with colouring books, because let's face it, lots of people don't necessarily only work with colour pencils. So Mona's saying, yes, she did quit her day job to be a full-time artist, so please support her. Absolutely. And I'm going to really put this book through its paces. Now, I'm going to tell you now, there's very few papers other than watercolour paper that will withhold harsh use of watercolours. But most papers, good papers, will allow you to do some kind of watercolouring. And so I'm not going to be harsh with it. I'm not going to be, overly harsh by using a lot of water and things. But I'm going to show that it is possible to use water-soluble mediums, or media, should I say. So, yes, it's on Amazon. It's on Amazon. Do we have a link to it, Mona? I'll leave it up to Mona to have a look for the link. In fact, I'm here. I might as well do it as well. Pardon me. Fun photo mandalas. There it is. Now, for those in the UK, I'm going to do the UK one. just now. So this is the UK one. So Gail's found it. So that's the UK one. Has anybody got the US one? I think I might have it now. Fun floral mandalas. There we go. Copy. There. And that is the American one. That's the US one. I'm sure there's I would imagine it'll be available in the Canadian one as well, but I don't know for absolutely 100% sure. And I'm not going to be boring you all with me looking for all the different websites or the links. So so there we go. That's this one. This is cool. This is really cool. I'm really liking this. And the paper feels good. So I think this is going to be a really good experience. So let's get set up. Let's get started. I probably should have brought some water with me, but I do have water in my little thing that's my cart that's behind my easel. Somebody's outside playing some really loud music. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Right, okay, so let's get my ta-da! So I wonder right. I'll do it on my board here. Now, do you guys want a close-up on here? Are you happy for me to? My extra arm, yeah. Yep. Okay, so bear with me just 2 ticks while I grab the ta-da! Right, hopefully this should. I'm hoping that this is going to be close enough. I'm also hoping, because I would so prefer it if it was down just a little bit, but I don't have another notch in this. It would be fantastic if I did have another notch, but I don't. So we'll just have to make do with what we've got, don't we? Right, okay, so do you guys want to see the colour pencils being used on it? Or do you just want me to go straight for the jugular and get the watercolours out? Yummy. What's yummy? What have I missed? Oh, chocolate cookies. Chocolate cookies. Nice one. Right, I have Prismacolor. I also have I have polychromos. I love polychromos. Don't have as many, but I have polychromos pencils in here. I personally prefer the polychromos, and I will be getting myself a better set of these in the future. I just haven't got round to it yet because I don't actually use my colour pencils that often. So I've had to prioritise other things first, but I will be getting a new set. So that's those. I also have other pencils as well. And if Mona, if you wouldn't mind, would you put in the link for my video that actually reviews all the pencils that I have, so people can actually see the pencil review that I did a number of years ago? Maybe I should think about doing an updated one when I eventually get my actual polychromos big set. So let's have a look. Let's pick something small. Okay, so that's interesting. She's got a specific page, test your colouring supplies here. So that's helpful. Of course, I'm not going to because I want to really get stuck into the nitty-gritty and see what actually happens. I'm being fussy here. Okay. So because it's a mandala, there we go. I think what I might try is dividing it into 4. So just using the natural division and go with that. So let's have a look. Okay, that's nice and smooth. I mean, obviously you get the little white dots, but the pencil's going on really well. It's really accepting the colour really very well, actually. So I'm pleased with that. Yep. Can't ask for any more than that. And I think I'll grab a slightly darker colour. Might have to dig a little bit deeper. To get the kind of colour I was looking for, because I'm thinking more of a, now there we go, maybe a purple, just to give a bit of a, shadow. There we go. That's really nice. It's oh, it's a bit too glary, but there we go. It's the pencil's going on this paper really well. Let's have a look at the back. The back, there's nothing, you can't see anything at all on the back. I mean, if I put it up there, you can see that that's the back, clearly the back of the paper, but you're seeing nothing unless you're shining a light through it. So that's good. That's really nice. So that's helpful. So we'll just put these out of the way. Any questions so far? Laura says that she got herself a set of Arteza pencils. Oh, cool. How are you getting on with the Arteza pencils? That's the one. The Prisma versus Polychromos versus Spectrum Noir. Yes, that's the video. I might need to update it though, because it's a few years old now. But I think my opinion still stands with them. Polychromos is still my favourite. Thank you, Mona. So if you guys are interested in a colour pencil review, that's that one there. Now I'm just going to use the Polychromos now. And again, going on really smooth. Yeah, really liking this. Yep. Definitely, without a doubt. Really good paper. Again, it's exactly what I'm expecting. Really nice. And nothing on the back there. So, yep, just what we were expecting. Mona's saying, I love my Polychromos. I wonder who made me interested in those. Yes, I do believe it would be me. So yeah, that's really, really helpful. So I think now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I've got some water in my, just a little bit, but I do have water in my water brush in the, see, it's catching all the hairs every time I put the lid back on. As you can see, I think what I'll do is I'm just going to cut those away so that they don't actually get there, so they don't get in my way. I've got my brush, and in the barrel I've got some water, and what that does is it allows me to, well, it should allow me to, there we go. You can see the water on the back of my hand there. So it gives me the opportunity to colour this in with my watercolours. So let me see. I have my Decadent Pies here. So this is the palette that I've got at the moment in this one, because it's my Decadent Pies one. And this is my Daniel Smith's. So these are professional watercolours. They're artist grade. And this is what I have in this palette. So let's go for the really nice, we'll go for the really nice ones here. And let's see where we can, I was going to do it different sections, but you know, I think I might just, and if I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating. So I'm trying not to squeeze the barrel too much. because I don't really want too much water coming out of it, because if I put too much water on the paper, it's going to go in the huff with me. So I'm not going to be able to necessarily do the same kind of techniques that I would if I was doing proper watercolors. And so there's a leaf done. Now, I don't know if you can actually, if it's going to pick it up. There is a slight, there we go, a slight buckle on it. You can see it on the back. But I reckon once that's actually dry, that's not going to be a huge issue, if I'm totally honest. I'm too lazy to get paper in between the paper. Far too lazy to get paper in between the paper, but you're right, I should. Okay. Let me grab a bit of paper. Right. Okay, so that's that. Now, what I probably should try is, if I can find them. No. I have the different micron pens. So I've got a micron 03 here. So let's pick an area and do a little bit of doodling. There we go. Let's have a look on the back. So there we have a very small bit of doodling. Not sure if the camera's going to focus in on that or not. And on the back, it's not showing through. So there we go, that's the micron pen. So it's holding up really well. I'm really liking this paper. Really, really good. So that's the micron pen. Let me see if I can find an alcohol marker. Now, of course, you are going to get bleed through with an alcohol marker. However, let's see how bad it actually is. If I can actually find my alcohol markers. Oh, here we are. Here's some here. So I've just, oh, ow, hit my knee. I've just picked up, a random couple of markers off the top. Some of my markers are starting to run out, actually, I have to confess. So we'll see if these are actually, that's the chisel end. There we go, there's the brush end. So let's have a look. There you go. Just trying to not get too many streaks in it. But I guess if you've got a streak in it, you can kind of make the most of it and just make it your own. By doing that. So there we go. That's a little part of it. I think we'll maybe just add that there. Okay, so there we have markers. So you can see there, and it has bled through, but it's not actually, you know, there is bleed through and kind of ghosting, but it's not actually marked onto this paper here. So it's not really going to matter if you're not looking at the back here. So if you want to use markers on it, I would suggest you make sure that you protect the other pages by putting something behind it. There's no piling or anything like that on this. You just need to, I guess, be careful with what you're doing with alcohol markers. So that's the alcohol markers. Oops. Let's try. I have water-based markers as well. So let's try them. Any questions so far? It is. It's holding up really well, Madonna. Holding up really well. I'm most impressed. Right. Here I have some water-based markers. So let's see what we can do with this. What I think I'm going to try is I'll do a thick-ish line around the edge, like so. And then I'm going to find what I did with my... Hello, Rachel. Not a lot. I've got a new colouring book from a friend. So I'm just being a mucky pup and taking off the colour on the back of my hand, which I do quite often. You can see some ghosting. Hang on, let me just... Yeah, you can see a little bit of ghosting. But you can also see the black colour as well. And let's get some water going. And let's see if we can pull the colour from the thick line. Okay, that's interesting. So it has pulled some of the colour. So you can see here, again, it doesn't seem to be, doing that bobble thing. It has come through the back, but I don't think it's that bad. I think you would just have to be very careful with it. So that's one way of using the markers. And because it's wet, it's showing even more than it was before at the edge. However, if you are very careful with it, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add it onto my palette here, and I'm going to grab the colour. Oh, whoa, oh, oh, too much water. I'm going to grab the colour from off of there, and I'm going to colour in another leaf. And we'll see what happens there. Now the other leaf, the other one that I did the watercolour with, it seems to have dried now. So up here, it's dry. And you can see it's the page is flattened out again. So this is where the other, where my thumb is. I don't know if you can see that okay, but where my thumb is where it was the watercolour I used on the leaf the first time. And you can see it's flattened out. This is starting to dry, so it's flattening out. So I think ultimately what you really need to do is just be very careful. Now, the other thing that I wanted to try, that is cool. It does flatten out. Yes, it is. It's very cool. So Gail's saying can't think of any, so she can't think of any questions. That's fine. Yes, I think it's great too. And I think because she's an artist and because she knows what it's like and people like to use mixed media, I think that's potentially the reason why she has gone that route. Now, the other thing I wanted to try, and let me see if I can grab it. Right. Now I'm going to try and see what happens if I add, say, GAC 100. So that's an acrylic primer. And also I've got some clear gesso here as well. So I'm going to try these two. So I'm going to grab my trolley. And I'm going to find out what actually happens. Whoa! That would be my my brush is falling. So I've just picked up a brush. It's a very well used because I really don't want to ruin any brushes by using it with the GAC 100. So I'm going to put, in fact, I'm going to maybe give it a little shake. So that's a little shake, and I'm just popping a little out on this old palette. There we go. Now, let's see. Okay, so that seems to be I seem to have managed to get the gack on that okay. So I'm just sticking my brush into water just now. I'm going to let that dry. So that's interesting. You can see that it is a bit shiny just in that corner there. That's that section there, that little slice of pizza. So that's the GAC 100. So I'm going to grab a pencil and I'm going to write that down in the corner here, that is GAC 100. And then I'm going to do the exact same with another section with the clear gesso. If I can get, there we go, get it open. Now the clear gesso isn't as clear when it goes on initially, as you can see. So I'm just taking off the excess water out of my brush. I'm going to grab the clear gesso and I'm going to paint the clear gesso in here. Now the clear gesso is a bit more, it's a bit scratchier. So it's got a bit rougher of a texture. So when it dries, it kind of feels a bit rough. But that's that. In fact, I think what I'll do is I'll grab my medium as well. I think I'm going to try putting medium on this and see what happens. Because it might be something that you guys might find useful. I just need to find it now. Yeah, well, I found my thick medium, but I can't find my thinner stuff. So we'll just have to go with the thicker stuff. So I've got my regular gel, but I also have, as I said, the thinner stuff. I just don't know where. Oh, this is going to be a pain to get open. I haven't opened it in ages. Right, everybody on 3, give a big grunt. Help me out here, guys. Let's, ow. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that clicking sound, that was my hand. Hello, Angie, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're well. Right. Okay, so here we go. I will do this section with the gel medium. Now you can see the paper is starting to buckle, but you know, once this is on, this might actually help it to not continue to buckle. So that's that. Get the brush into water. I hope I've put enough on. I'm trying not to put too much on because I don't want it to, like, I don't want to rip the paper. So down here we've got clear gesso. I miss the days when I could move without sound effects. Yes, me too, Angie. Me too. And this one is medium. Okay, so there we go. My stomach's going to start rumbling in a second. So that seems to be dry. That seems to be dry-ish. That's shiny, so you can see it's shiny, but it is dry. This is the one that's got the clear gesso, and I can feel it's rough. It feels dry, but it feels rough. And that's what the back's looking like at this moment in time. So you can see, because I've covered a larger area, it does seem to be a little bit wrinkled, but it doesn't seem to be particularly too bad. Will you be able to get paint on top of that now? Yes. Everything that I've used is all primer. So yes, I will be able to put paint on top of it. So with the GAC 100, let me... I really want to fill my thing up because there's not a lot of water left in it. Let me get some paint. So I'm using my Decadent paints, my Decadent Pies paints, and I'm going to start this leaf. Now, because half of it is in the GAC and this side isn't, I'm going to put it on both sides, and that'll give us a comparison straight away. I know we've already done a leaf like this, but let's see what the comparison is with it being wet on both sides. Now, you saw what it was like before I put the watercolour on, but there's the watercolour on here, right? And look at the back. The side that's really buckled is the side that hasn't got the GAC 100 on it. Right, do you see that? This part here is actually the part that's just pure paper. So although the GAC 100 did kind of buckle it a little bit, you can see it's made a huge difference. It is shiny, and it is taking a little bit longer to dry the watercolour, but that's that. So let's try the other test. Let's try the water-based test. So let's do the thick line at the edge and see whether we can pull the colour out. So there it's on the paper. There it's at the back. you're not getting the same bleed through. Let's get the water on. It's actually, because it seems to be a bit of a plastic coating, you can see where you can see where I've missed with the GAC, because it's a different colour. But that's worked better. You can see that it hasn't left that solid line around the edge. It's actually pulled the colour. And you can see where I've missed it because you can see it shining through. Hi, Denise. Hello, welcome. Oh, hello, Michael Ann. How are you? I think it would work the same, Gail. That's my guess anyway, but do not hurt me if it doesn't work. Wonder if clear watercolour ground would be any different. That's a very good question. And maybe you would like to, if you've got any, you could try it and let us know. Unfortunately, I don't have any watercolour ground. I'm just using what I've got. So that's the reason for that. So let's go back to the watercolour and let's, oh no, that's not the colour I want. Let's go into the watercolour and grab some colour and add it on. I'm liking how the clear gesso is responding with the watercolours. That's good. Let's try the water-based. I can already feel the grittiness under the pen. So I would be careful with that. Again, it's not showing through. So putting that clear gesso down first has really helped us to not allow it to come through. And let's grab the, bring this over a little bit. Let's grab the watercolour brush and pull out the colour. And again, it's working so much better than the page on its own. Now, obviously, you would have to be very careful and make sure that you covered the whole page, because I'm seeing areas where it's not. But that's the clear gesso is working better with that pen than the GAC 100, because the GAC 100 seemed to kind of just let it sit on the top and kind of, you can see the difference. So that's the clear gesso, this one here. Let me just, there we go. That's the clear gesso, and there's the GAC 100. So it does seem to have worked a little bit better with the clear gesso. So there we go. That would be that. Now, let's see the difference that the alcohol markers make with having the GAC 100. Oops. Oh, no. Oh, there it's there. Thought I'd managed to lose the lid. Right, let's bring this over so that it's a little bit closer to you guys. So I'm going to... So that's much smoother to actually go on. So it's a bit like the watercolour. It seems to be sitting on the top of the GAC. It's definitely shinier because the GAC is shinier. And again, the only place it's bled through is where I've missed the edge with the actual GAC 100. So that's the GAC. Let's do the wrong side. Let's do the clear gesso. So again, that doesn't seem to be, it's not as smooth. It seems to be sinking a little bit rather than just sitting on the top of something glossy. But I don't think it's going through. Let's have a look. No, it's not going through. So that's the clear gesso. And I think the gel matte medium has dried enough to test that out as well now. So now because I've got the pen in my hand, I will try. I'm going to have to do a side-to-side comparison, I guess. Yes, I'm afraid so. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun, Gail. So this is the section that I've got the gel matte medium. And this is the alcohol marker. Much smoother to put on than the clear gesso, because the clear gesso definitely has a gritty feeling to it. But there you go. That's the gel matte medium. And again, on the back, the only reason it's coming through is at the edge where I haven't actually put any gel medium. So this is proving to be interesting, isn't it? So let's try the other test. Let's try the line and bringing the colour from it. So I've got the line on. Let's get the colour. Again, it's working. I think the clear gesso is probably the best result personally for the watercolours. You'll be able to get a better watercolour look rather than it just looking like you've used marker pen, I personally think. It's also, with the gel medium, it's not been so easy to put on the page. But, you know, I'm doing it in a hurry live on YouTube. So maybe if I took my time, I might have a different result. So that is that. I'm now thinking... This is... Is this? I don't know. I can't remember if it's watercolor or gouache. So let's have a look. Where's my gouache? Oops. Let's find my gouache. Here we are. I think I'll just get the one colour of gouache out. And let's see if I can find... I think we'll use this brush. It's just a round synthetic, size 6. And I think I'll put the gouache out on my little thingy palette. There we go. There we go. Now this is, what's this? Cobalt turquoise. I do like turquoise, can you tell? So, okay, this is one that's not been... No. I might need a bit more, just a bit more water. Like that's not spreading particularly easy without water. I'm going to have to add a bit more as I go. So let's... Yeah. Just trying to get the balance between enough water and too much, because I think that might be too much now. So that's that part done. As you can see, it's drying reasonably quickly. Whoops. It's not gone through. There is slight buckling because of the water, but it looks absolutely fine. So I'm just going to try a bit more on here. And you can actually see that because that's got that shiny plasticky kind of surface to it, it's really difficult to not get it sitting on the top of it. But we'll see what it's like when it's dry. The clear gesso, I'm liking, do you know, out of them all that I've tried, I'm liking the clear gesso the best, if I'm totally honest. But I think you would have to be careful with your pens with the clear gesso because there is a definite grit to it. And we'll try some on here. But again, it seems to be sitting on the surface rather than so there. Right, that's that. Any questions now? It would make a fantastic gift, Gail. It would definitely make a fantastic gift. There are some really, really, really nice patterns in here. Oh, one of my pens has ran away. Is it anything that I've missed that you would like to see me try on the paper? Because I think I've pretty much covered it all. As you can see, the gouache on the clear gesso has dried, but yeah, this one hasn't. It's still drying. That's dried. and that's the gel medium, it's drying quicker, but the actual GAC 100. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend the GAC 100. You're not seeing anything through, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend the GAC 100. It does seem to be working really well, though. That's a nice pattern. I like that pattern. And not only would it make a nice pattern, make a nice gift, but you're also helping out a YouTuber artist who's really, you know, working hard to bring to us some fun, and colouring in is very therapeutic. I would recommend it to anyone. I'm just going to put the, unless there's anything that anybody would like to see me try in the book. Right, so, okay, so, so someone was asking about the GAC 100, and it looks like Mona's, she's answered that. Yeah, GAC 100, it is a primer. It's a primer and extender. So fluid multipurpose medium, useful for extending acrylic paint. 2 coats applied directly to painting, help protect against induced coloration and oil penetration. Use alone or blend with acrylic mediums, colours and water. Do not use as a varnish. So I bought this to prep. I bought some MDF and I bought the GAC 100 to prep my boards. So I started off with the GAC 100 and then added the gesso over the top of the GAC 100. So that's why I have it. So hopefully that has answered your questions. Denise says, thanks for showing us the difference between mediums. It was interesting. Well, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm just going to pop the camera back where it's supposed to go now. There we go. Ta-da! Someone's at the door. Be right back. Okay, we'll just kill time till you get back, Gail. Not a problem. Oh, there's my other water brush. I've got plenty of water in that one. Right, let's just pop this away. So, Michael Ann stepped away for a second. Thanks. Was wondering about the numbers. Yeah, it's just basically their way of differentiating between the different mediums. And all right, bye, Richard. Sorry, Denise. I'm so glad that you could pop in for a little while. I'm just going to finish up now anyway, because I think we're done. Unless there's any questions or anything that anybody would like to say. Now, for anybody who has just happened to come across this video and has by some miracle watched all the way through on the replay, welcome and thank you for joining me today. My name is Tanya and I am an artist, an all-round creative person, and I actually have a Facebook group as well called the Creative Tartanite Tribe. If you haven't already done so and would like to hang out with me in my Facebook group, then click on the link that Mona has just provided. I've just been demonstrating the colouring book from Deliberately Creative. She is an awesome artist, and I would like for you guys to consider purchasing this from Deliberately Creative as a way to help support a fellow human being. She's worked really hard on her art, so it would be awesome. Gail's gone, LOL, by some miracle. Of course we would. Oh, thank you, Gail. Thank you. Rachel wants to know how much. Right. Now, full disclosure, Stephanie sent me this copy for free, but there was a link to the Amazon in the UK. So let me just find it again. I think it was about £4 or £5. Let me just get it for you. Fun floral. There we go. It's £5.73 on Amazon, Rachel. $6.99 on Amazon in the States. So yeah, for anybody in the UK, it is £5. £5.73. Christmas prezi. Aha. Indeed. Right. Okay, I think it's dry enough to close. Let's take this out. So I hope that's been really helpful. Because, do you know, at the end of the day, if you can do what you want with these, it's, you know, it's a really fun looking book, and, you know, you could spend hours filling this in. This is awesome. I'm loving this. Really loving this. So now we need to get Stephanie to do one for a bloke. Very male orientated. Rachel says, I love my colouring books. I lost my pencils in a move. Oh no. Oh no, you're not getting mine. So we just have to see what Santa brings, shall we? So yeah, I've had a lot of fun, and that I'm very, very impressed. Very impressed with this book. It's really good paper. Really good paper, and you can improve it by using a medium. I think I would probably go with the clear gesso, but that's just my personal preference. The only downside with the clear gesso I can see is if you use marker pens, it might ruin your marker pens because there is a grittiness to it. So you would be potentially damaging the nibs, the tips of your marker pens. That's the only downside that I could see from it. But it seems to be the best outcome from using it, the best look. It doesn't it doesn't seem to sit on the surface, and it's probably because of the grittiness, because it's given it a bit tooth, so it's not actually just sliding and slipping around on the surface. I think the next best is probably the medium. Gail's just bought her first set of polychromos. I love polychromos. They are such an amazing pencil. Such an amazing pencil. They're not cheap, but they are an amazing pencil, and I would highly recommend them to anybody. You can layer much better and much more with the Polychromos pencils than you can with any other pencil. They're an oil-based pencil rather than graphite or lead-based. Whereas the Prismacolors, they're much softer. But they do tend to get a shine, a waxy shine after. They will layer, but not as much as the Polychromos. So yeah. Yeah, they're not cheap, Gail, but they are worth it, I think. If you're going to use them on a regular basis, I think it is very much worth it. So for all the creative tartanites of the Facebook group that are watching just now, don't forget that I'm going to be doing my demonstration for our November challenge on the 1st of November. When I last did my live and went live in the group as well, I mentioned all the different supplies for the November challenge, which is going to be embroidery. But what I didn't do is I didn't indicate what kind of colours of thread that could be potentially, if you want to do the pattern that I've designed. So the colours that I'm going to be using are going to be black, green, white, and probably a yellow. So that's the kind of sort of basic colours that I will be using for my pattern. Now, hopefully I haven't just given away what I'm doing, but that's essentially the colours that I'm going to be using. So in case you wanted to have everything ready so that you can sew along with me, I was going to actually do the whole thing on video and then just slow it down at parts of it so that you can see what I was doing with the stitch. But I think I would prefer to do it from a live perspective. I'm not going to do the whole thing live because that would take far too long. But what I will do is I will demonstrate the bits of that I can with the different stitches that I'm going to use. Oh, Gail. Gail loves doing embroidery but can't do much now. Arthritic hands and poor eyesight don't make it any fun anymore. Laura says, can't wait, all my stuff is in one place, so won't take long to find what I need. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. I'm so excited. So excited. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to go live in YouTube on the Friday, because Friday's the 1st. And I'm going to show me using the embroidery hoop here. I'm going to show how I transfer my pattern onto the material, how to put it into the embroidery hoop, and I'm going to show you the start of, so there's going to be particular lines that I can do so far on, but show you the type of stitch that I'm going to use for every single line that looks like this particular type of line. I will then show you how to do the other stitch and where that gets used. I'm also going to show you the, I suspect I'm probably going to use 3 stitches. There's going to be probably back stitch, probably satin stitch, and probably a French knot. So that's the 3 stitches that I'm going to be doing. And as I said, I'm going to reveal the pattern on the day, and it's going to be revealed in group. So if you're not already a member of the group, then please go in and join the Facebook group called the Creative Tartanite Tribe. So Michael Ann says, got to go, got to get started with the day. Well, have a fantastic day, Michael Ann. Laura says, never been able to do a French knot. Gail's asking, am I going to do this on Facebook or YouTube on Friday? It's going to be on YouTube on Friday. I'm going to start sharing the challenges with YouTube and see how I go. The difference is going to be that within the Facebook group, there are going to be certain things that only you guys are going to actually have. So if you're a member of the Facebook group, you will exclusively have access to the pattern. You can print it out and use it. If you're watching on YouTube and you're not a member of the Creative Tartanite Tribe, you will see the pattern, but you won't be able to use it because you won't have access to it. You have to be in the group to actually get access to the pattern. So hopefully that makes sense. Are you right? Okay, I will show you the, oops, I forgot that was behind me. I will show you the material that I have got. This is, now let me try and push that up there so that you can actually see. This is the material that I have got. It's, I'm not sure what it's called, if I'm totally honest. But it's kind of, see, Laura, yes, linen, that's it. That's exactly what it is. It's linen. So I've got it in pink, blue, and 2 different off-white colours. I haven't decided which colour I'm going to use, but when I bought it, it came in a pack. So I've got the different colours, and we'll see on the day. Gail says, I'm a member of the Facebook group. I'm sorry I don't get on there very much lately. That's all right, Gail. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine if you pop on just for a small period of time to grab the pattern, just so long as you pop on and show us your finished product. I am so looking forward to sharing the pattern with you guys. I spent a lot of time designing it, and it's designed with beginners in mind. And just to let you understand, I am a beginner embroiderer. I have done cross stitch. I'm quite good at cross stitch, but I haven't really done much embroidery. Perhaps when I was at school, I've done some, but that's about it. So I've kept it really simple but effective. And when you guys see the pattern, you will be like, oh yeah, that is so Tania, because I've given you something that is very much my style. It's you will know it's me. You will know it's me from the pattern. I'm convinced of it. So yeah, thank you, Laura. I completely had a brain freeze there. I could not remember what it was actually called. And that's exactly what it is. It's linen. It is linen. You can use cotton. If you wanted to use cotton, Madonna, you can absolutely use cotton. If that's all you've got, then that's absolutely fine too. You don't have to have one of these. Apparently you can do embroidery without them, but it does make it a little bit difficult. Gail says, I will try to be there just to see what you created. Oh, thank you, Gail. I mean, you can wait until it's on the YouTube channel if you want, and come and join us for the live session of the demonstration. That would be okay, and then you can grab the pattern afterwards if that's easier. Because literally all I'm going to do in the group is share the pattern. So the pattern will be available from the 1st of November. Oops, in group. And from the 1st of November, probably first thing in the morning, my time. In fact, I think what I might do is I might schedule the post to actually post the pattern. So anybody in the UK who's on my time will be able to. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to, because you guys are such awesome creative tartanites, I have just at this moment in time, I've decided I am going to post the pattern the day before. So on the 31st of October, that's when I'm going to post the pattern. And so that way the people in the UK don't have an advantage over those in the States, because you guys will be in your beds when it turns the 1st of November, when we're actually up in the morning. So the 31st of October, I will post at 9 o'clock my time. No, I won't. 1 o'clock. So that'll be the, everybody will be able to see it. I'm going to post on the 31st of October the pattern in the Facebook group, the Creative Tartanite Tribe. Right, well, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. Madonna says that she's got all kinds of material. I can look through and we'll see what I have. So there we go. That's it. I have had so much. I've missed you guys. I have so missed you guys so much. So thank you, everybody, the Creative Tartanite Tribe, for joining me on YouTube. And anybody who's not a member of the Creative Tartanite Tribe yet, note how I said yet, thank you for joining me today. And I hope you have had a lot of fun. One of the things that I'm going to do in 2020 is I'm going to diversify a lot more. I will still be posting lots of painting videos, because that's my first love. I love painting. I love painting in acrylics. I'm going to do many more oil paintings as well. I'm going to continue to paint. But right from the very start, my idea behind my channel was always creativity rather than just one specialty. I'm very eclectic in nature. That's me. That is who I am. You know, I've spent a lot of time trying to, what the experts say, you know, find my niche. But actually, do you know what? I'm not really, as much as I love painting and I love posting painting videos, I've had a period of time where I've not been painting as much. And when I don't paint as much, I don't have as much content. And that really, I think that slows things down. And I think it's strangling my creativity, if I'm totally honest. I'm trying to stick to one medium and one type of creativity. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with my channel. There will still be lots of painting videos, still be lots of demonstrations. I've just done a review for the Art Sherpa's cat's tongue. So if you haven't seen that already, please go and check that out. I had a lot of fun. And had a lot of fun making it. So, you know, go and check it out. Because it was, if you haven't already seen it, oh, that's not what I wanted to, that's not what I wanted to go on to. This is what I wanted to go on to. Here we go. And I bet you Mona's already done what I wanted to do. There we go. If you haven't already seen it, go and watch it. I think you'll find it really informative. So, oh, thank you, Angie. I really appreciate that. So hopefully next Friday, you will be able to come along and join in with the sew along rather than the paint along. Because believe you me, I will be going slow enough that you'll be able to keep up with me, because I'm a beginner to embroidery as well. And then after that, we'll be back to doing some painting. So I'm quite looking forward to that. I'm definitely off next Friday. I know I'm definitely off. I'll be able to do the embroidery. I'm not sure if I'm off the following Friday to be able to do another live YouTube video, but I will certainly do my best to get back into the swing of being live again. So take care, everybody, and don't forget, look after your mental well-being, because nobody else can. So take care, everybody. Lots of love. Bye for now.